Hocus focus.
Hocus focus. I like that. Makes it sound like videoing is magic. Hey guys, welcome to Seriously Lighthearted Yoga. Today we are going to be talking about your breath and really the anatomy of breath, what is involved when you breathe, and how it relates to your yoga practice in general. So without further ado, take it away, Kai.
Thanks, Clifton. All right, guys, so your breath. Let's assume for now that it's coming in and out of your nose, just to make it a little simpler, but comes in your nose, goes down what's called your trachea, splits into what are called your bronchi, which are kind of where that first division in your trachea. Then those begin to branch out into smaller and smaller tubes called bronchioles, eventually ending in what are called alveoli, or little tiny sacs that hold the air. And they look kind of like a cluster of grapes or something, sort of. But these little sacs have a really thin lining of cells where the gas exchange actually happens. So you breathe in, you absorb about 5% of the oxygen in the air into your body. Not very much, but that gas exchange happens at that cellular lining in the alveolar sacs. You also get rid of like a lot of, say, carbon dioxide, sometimes nitrogen from your body through your lungs as well. So it's a good way to get rid of what are called waste gases your body isn't really using anymore.
And all those gases are carried through your blood. Kind of important to point out.
Yeah. Yeah, so that. Then a few other things to think about with your breath. When you're breathing, what's actually happening is your diaphragm is contracting, and when it contracts, it pulls down, and that opens up your breath to kind of suck in air. You're not trying to force in air in any way. It's just being sucked in when your diaphragm opens up. And then when it relaxes, your diaphragm relaxes, it contracts up. Well, it doesn't contract, it releases up, and your lungs contract, exhaling all your air. So, this is an important, very important process for your body. We breathe something like 21,000 times a day, I believe. And in all of these breaths, you are either controlling them consciously or unconsciously. So it's something that will occur whether you think about it or not. In pranayama, we are thinking about it. And we begin to bring that breath under conscious control. And when I say conscious control, what I really mean is more like falling in step with the natural rhythm of our breath. Like being aware of it as it's happening and allowing ourselves to say, we can continue that natural process without convoluting or changing anything funky. Oftentimes when people hear breathing exercise, they think, oh, I need to control my diaphragm, and they try and make it happen. And just notice right now that you can change like the position of your diaphragm without breathing, and that's something that you don't necessarily want to be doing. You want to, again, fall in conscious step with the breath that you already have, and then slowly begin to allow that process to fall under your conscious control.
Yeah, and then once it's under your conscious control, that's kind of the gateway to greater mind control in general. Again, he's not talking about saying, okay, inhale, exhale. No, it's a falling in natural rhythm with what is there, and really almost in a way just being aware of being hyper aware of what's going on. And
are you breathed or are you breathing?
Yeah.
I don't know. Question.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because oftentimes when you think about your breath, it'll totally throw off the rhythm. If you think about your breath now, I guarantee you it's completely different than it was just a minute ago. That's just kind of the way it works. But in yoga, you try to change that. Try to become aware of it without changing the actual natural rhythm of what's going on, and that in turn allows you to be more aware of what's happening in your head. So,
and it gives us a great exercise.
Yeah.
Another way we can work on pranayama, guys, is very, very simply to sit there and observe your breathing. Like, it's a tough practice, actually, to begin to start incorporating into your practice. Very important. If you just sit there and watch your breath. So trying to be aware of it as it's happening.
Yeah, for sure. So anyway, give that a shot, guys. We've got a link that Kai's going to put in the bottom of the video.
Goes into a lot more of the breath.
Yeah, PDF that he
A
found,
few,
which he said is
Good
really
things,
awesome.
a few
and-
bad things that you shouldn't be doing with your breath.
Yeah, absolutely.
Way more detailed than we got into here. So.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, we didn't need to go into a 20-minute video here. So, give that a read if you guys have any more interest in this or any more questions. If you have questions that are not for some reason answered in that, or specific questions about what we talked about, you shoot us an email, shoot us a comment, and let us know what you think. Give somebody a high five once you're done reading that, and have a nice breath.